Is it? Yep, cool. So yeah, it looks like we're live. Welcome everybody. It's been a while since I've done a live. Actually, I think the last person we had was Mr. Thomas Parkinson. But everyone, welcome to the Amazon Reseller Network YouTube channel. Today I am joined by one of the kindest people in the game. You probably have all heard of her. Her name is Karen Hutson. She is the co-founder, I was rightly corrected the other day, of BuyBotPro, ProfitProtectorPro, Online Arbitrage Deals, Sumfully, which is coming soon, Get Ungated, Get Unsuspended. Is there anything else?
Nothing. That's everything.
She is basically the GOAT of Amazon software. Let's put it that way. And she is kindly joining us for a live tonight. We've got so much to talk about. Welcome to the live, Karen.
You're too kind. Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here. Hello, everybody. It's great to be here. I'm really excited about it.
Fantastic. So I pretty much did just give an introduction to Karen, but like I said, most people that are going to be watching this either on this live or back on the YouTube channel in weeks and months to come will already know who Karen is. But just a quick one, Karen, how long have you been making softwares? How long have you been involved in the entire Amazon space? Just a quick rundown, just for those that don't know.
Probably about getting on for 4 years now, I think. Yeah, about 4 years. Started with Get Ungated and then Bookable VA, which became Online Arbitrage Deals. And then we did BuyBotPro and then Profit Protector Pro. And now we're doing Sumfully as well. So yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah,
I love it.
I just can't keep up with number one, the amount of softwares that you're releasing, and number two, the updates that you're making to them. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, no, it's really good to have you on. Obviously, if you are watching this, it'd be really good if you just left us a message in the comment section. We're going to be diving deep into some of the new features of BuyBotPro, and more importantly, there's been a big update to Profit Protector Pro, which I need to learn lots about because I haven't had any time recently to take a look at it, and that is going to be what we're going to be talking about in the second half of this live. But like I said, if you are in the comments section, if you're watching this, leave us a message, say hello. Obviously, if you have any questions about anything that we talk about tonight, let us know, and obviously Karen will definitely get that answered for you. But let me just take a look at my notes. Oh, one quick disclaimer, I did speak to Karen about this at the start of just before we went live. I have a very needy puppy downstairs, and if it does decide to bark and you do hear anything, hopefully over time he will be quiet, but I do apologize in advance if it sets any of your dogs off or anything like that. But like I said, that is what we do. We can't do anything about that. But shall we dive into BuyBotPro to start off with? I guess we'll start. I want to save the best till last because obviously both of them are absolutely fantastic, but I am really excited about the custom strategies, and I want to save that one towards the end of the show. So let's jump into BuyBotPro. What's new with BuyBotPro recently? Let's talk about the last kind of 3 or 4 months, because I know there's been a lot.
There's been so many changes. We've done so much stuff. We've taken the manual sourcing accelerator to a whole new level. So that's fantastic when you're looking for deals, because BuyBotPro obviously is an amazing analyzer. But this way as well, now we've enhanced the manual sourcing accelerator. It's not only a great analyzer, it's also a great way to find deals. And manual sourcing is the way to find the best deals. So I love that feature. That's brilliant feature. And we've built in a quick look feature as well. So you can go to an Amazon product page and they'll all be showing there, and it shows you the information about how many sellers there are and whether Amazon's on the listing and all that sort of information, which is super helpful as well.
One thing I had to say about the quick look feature, actually, I think pretty much everyone that knows about the previous quick look feature, everyone was using the DS quick view and stuff like that. I was actually coaching someone the other day, and I was in there, and it was the first time that I saw the BuyBotPro quick view feature. We'll show it in a second, but what I had the BuyBotPro one, and then the DS quick view still below it, because I hadn't taken it off and I didn't know, and I was like, oh, what's this new thing? And it absolutely destroys it, doesn't it? Because obviously it has all the same things that the quick view has, and obviously the quick view one is free, so it is what you kind of get. But when you add the charts in it as well, obviously that's just like the unique kind of thing on top of that. So yeah, that's really good. Yeah, sorry for interrupting. I had to.
Yeah, no, that's all right. So yeah, we've got that going in, and you can click on like the competition analysis now, and that will take you through to that seller's storefront, which is another great way to look for deals and source deals. And you can go from there and go on to Google Shopping and, you know, find the product and see what other people are selling, see what's selling well. So there's like so many opportunities there, and that's all kind of part of the manual sourcing accelerator. And that whole system is just like next level. It's really next level. It makes it so much easier to source deals, so much easier. So we added that. Awesome. And we're adding right now. We're adding a history feature. So we're working on that at the moment. It's not been released yet, so you know we haven't told everybody about it yet. So we're having that, and that will give you. It will tell you where you've sourced, like where you've looked for the deal. So it will tell you whether you've looked on the Chrome extension or if you've looked in the app. So it will tell you, and it will keep the history of 10 products for you in BuyBotPro, at the bottom of BuyBotPro, and then we're building like a web page that will show you all that information as well. So that's really exciting, and that is coming out soon. So there's just been so many things that we're adding. We're just like constantly working on things and constantly adding things. And we love it when customers like give us feedback about what they want to see as well, because that's brilliant. We added like discount codes because customers came back and said we'd really like some discount codes. So we added the discount codes, and we've added like quantity. So you can work out, you know, if you want to buy one of something, and obviously that's how BuyBotPro normally works. But you can ask it to analyze it based on buying 5 of them or 10 of them. So it's those extra little things that make it like so good. And obviously we've got the VAT override has gone in as well. So you can, you know, if you're VAT registered, you can play around with the percentages of VAT and stuff like that. And there's more to come for that in the future as well, because that's having an upgrade in the future. So we're like looking forward to that as well. It's just constant. It's just
I can't keep up. I can't keep up. Can we, if we could do me a massive favor, is there any chance you could just share your screen and just give us just give the people that are watching this a quick demo of the Amazon Quick View thing? Because I think it's a brilliant feature, and it saves you so much time when you're doing kind of your manual sourcing or your reverse sourcing or anything like that. Really, I think it's one of the best features you've ever added. So is there any chance you can just give us a quick demo of that?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. Fantastic. Let's do it. Right, can you see it?
I'm going to add it to the stream now. Just give me 1 second. If anyone's watching this, you can start, Karen, but if you can't see it, just let us know in the comment section and I'll make it full screen. But it looks good to me.
Okay. So you can toggle this on and off in BuyBotPro in the settings panel in the cog wheel. And this is like the quick view feature. So this comes up when you're on an Amazon product page. So like this one, for instance, shows lots of products. So you can go through here and it shows you the ASIN, obviously. It shows you the BSR, so the bestseller rank, so how quickly the product is selling. It tells you whether Amazon is on the listing. It shows you how many sellers there are, so how many MF sellers. And you can see here it's got how many FBA sellers as well. And then you can click the BuyBotPro charts and it will load up. I don't know how quickly it will do that if it's screen sharing. It might be a little bit weird. But it will load up the, there you go. It will load up the BuyBotPro charts for you. And obviously the BuyBotPro charts are amazing because you can like drill into whatever you want to look at. You can change it all. You can, you know, there's all the information that you need and you can just drill down exactly as you need to certain periods if that's what you want to look at. If you want to look at that month, we can go down there. It doesn't show very much, but we can go down there and you can drill in completely to everything that you need to see. You can control it all over here, what you want to see. And then you've got all your offers and your reviews and such like, which is really helpful if you're doing like variations and you're looking at a variation listing. You can get lots of information about the variation from here with the reviews and such like. Then obviously you've got the BuyBot Pro sales heat map, which is, there's nothing else like it out there, absolutely nothing else. So if you find reading a chart like this quite complicated, you can just look at this sales heat map. And, you know, it's literally like a weather map. You know, the redder it is, the hotter it is. So where it's like really dark red, it's super selling fast. Where it's white, it's a little bit slower. And it's just showing you a quick glance at exactly what's going on in terms of those sales. So it makes it really, really easy for anybody. Even if you're just starting out and you find this chart really confusing, then you can go down here and have a look and just get an immediate idea of how well the product is.
What I absolutely love, sorry to jump in there, is it's not so much the charts, even though they're great. What I love is the filters on the right hand side, because one thing that I always preach when I'm doing my sourcing is to keep things as simple as possible. So what I like about it in an honest point of view is the fact that you can pretty much take everything out that you potentially need. Like you can take the heat map off if you want it. Obviously it's great to have that information there, and there are so many people out there that really use these kind of tools and like take full advantage like of them, but like I love the fact that you've made that available, like so like you can either have it or you can't, or you can not have it. You know, it's the customization is brilliant. I really like it.
Yeah, you can absolutely set BuyBotPro up however it suits you best. You know, and you can click on any of these, it will take you through to the seller list on Amazon, so you can have a look at the sellers. And obviously then you've got your Google Shopping one as well. So let me share with you as well how the new like the manual sourcing works in terms of if you're on a third-party website. So if you're on Argos or something like that and you're looking for a deal, or if you're in the US, you're on Walmart or wherever you are, you literally go to a product page and you highlight the title of the product, and then you come across and you can't ever remember if it's left click or right click because I'm using a trackpad, but it's the other one to the normal one, whichever one that one is.
I think it's right click. I think it's right click. Yeah.
You can come over, and I'm going to look on .co.uk, but obviously if you're in America, then you choose the top one. So, and you can literally, BuyBotPro will open up on the third-party website for you, and it will look for all the products for you on Amazon that match. And then you can come down here and say, like, here is obviously the matching product. You can see that from the image. And then you can click out to go to the ASIN and go to Amazon if you want to, or you can even open BuyBotPro on that page, and you can analyze the deal on that page if that is what you wanted to do. So literally everything is there for you. And, you know, it's just crazy. It's just so easy to manually sort. It makes it so much quicker and so much easier.
Yeah. And what you were saying about the VAT override, sorry, could you jump into that a second if you don't mind?
Yeah, I can do. Absolutely, I can do. But just let me show you one other thing quickly first.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm getting too excited. My bad. I'll be quiet.
let me analyze this one, because I just want to show you that feature that we've got where you can go and look at somebody else's store, because that's all kind of part of the whole, you know, the same feature in the manual sourcing and such like. So you can go down to here, and where you can see these stores, and you can hover and have a look at the name if you want to. You can click on it, and it will literally now take you into that person's store, so onto that person's Amazon store. And then it will match the products for you in Amazon down the right-hand side. So it's so easy to then go out to Google Shopping. If you think, yeah, I quite fancy that one, you can go out and have a look. So I love that feature. I have to share that as well, because not everybody knows that's there.
Yeah, that's really interesting as well, because this is something that I've done for quite a long time, competitor sourcing, and it's been something that some people look at it as quite frowned upon, but it's completely fine to go and do. Like, it's if Amazon didn't want you seeing other people's stores, they wouldn't allow you to see their items and stuff like that. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Tactical Arbitrage had a feature very similar called Storefront Stalker, I believe. And I remember trying that back in the day, and that was how I found out about it. So it's really good that you guys have now kind of integrated that into BuyBotPro as well. you know, like I've been using this quite often, and obviously, like you say, most of the products that you're buying as an online arbitrage seller or retail arbitrage seller, the majority of them, people that are also selling it, are going to be retail arbitrage and online arbitrage sellers. So you're not only doing your analysis, you're also finding kind of more products as well. It's almost like I want to say deal service, but it's not a deal service. But you know what I'm trying to say is, if you use your brain about it, you can really find some good deals using this kind of feature.
Absolutely, you can. Absolutely. Okay, so the VAT override that you asked me to go into, when you first get BuyBotPro, one of the first things you need to do is go in and set up your VAT status. So if you're in the US, obviously you would choose not applicable because you're in the US. If you are in the UK, VAT will affect you. And, you know, even if you're not registered for VAT, it will affect you because then you need to pay VAT on the Amazon fees. So make sure you choose whatever it is that is your VAT status, and then click Save and Sync at the bottom. So make sure you do that when you first sign up for BuyBotPro. But the VAT override is only applicable for VAT registered sellers. If you're not VAT registered in the UK, you completely ignore it. If you are VAT registered, then you can choose whether you want grocery to be 0% or 20%. Because obviously grocery normally is not VATable, but there are certain products within that category that are. So you can choose which way BuyBotPro does it for the grocery category, whether it makes it 20% or 0%. And then what you can do on the front of here, the VAT override, is if you want to override the VAT rate for a certain product, you can do. Because BuyBotPro is set obviously at 20% because that's what UK VAT rate is. But if you want to override that and you want to say, no, I only want you to do 5% on this particular product because you know that's got a 5% VAT rate, and you can just put that in there, and then BuyBotPro will override it for you. But let me just show you something else that I'm really excited about. That I think so many people don't realize about BuyBotPro. So the BuyBotPro score can actually analyze a deal. It analyzes a deal better than most OAs. It looks at all sorts of things that's going on with the deal, and it can use just a Joe average analysis. But did you know that you can make BuyBotPro analyze a deal exactly how you want a deal analyzed? So it doesn't have to do it the way BuyBotPro does it. You can make it personalized for you. You can come down to this criteria section here, and you can tell BuyBotPro what your minimum profit is, maximum profit, minimum BSR, and your ROI. And it will change how it analyzes a deal specific and make it personal to you. So you can personalize how it analyzes that deal. I think people don't realize that is just such an awesome feature of BuyBotPro, and it's not out there enough. It's overlooked too much. It's an amazing feature of BuyBotPro.
Yeah, one thing that I noticed very early on, because obviously, like you say, the score feature has been there from very early doors, but it's just been constantly being tweaked, you know, as you kind of go on. But one thing that I noticed straight away was that when I was having a little bit of a play with BuyBotPro when I first got it, I tested a couple of products where I said, well, what if I put this product as I'm selling it for £60? Surely the score is going to give me 100%, but it doesn't, because what it does is it'll actually give you, maybe if that product is always sold at maybe £15 and never sold at £60, it'll actually give you a score of 0 because you have no chance of selling that product at £60. So I think that's really good as well, because just as a thing, just going back to when I've been kind of teaching people in the past and they've sent me messages, they've sent me products, they said they found this product, buying it for £5 and I'm selling it for £55 or something like that. And I'm like, man, where are you finding these deals from? Because I can't find these deals. And then I was like, well, let's hold up a second. Let's now go on. Let's give it a scan. Let's run through the analysis and stuff like that. And it's there, and then you start to realize, you know, where you could be making those mistakes. And so many new sellers, like, that is the mistakes that they make. They find the products that they think are amazing, but maybe they're just at that price simply because someone's hyped it, and they're never going to sell it at that price, and they end up going, you know, absolutely mental, buying loads of these products. And it's really good that it stops you there, really, you know, with that, because like I say, a lot of people think, oh, surely the more money you can make on a product, the better the score is going to be. That's not the case. It takes into takes into everything, which is really good as well, because when you do get that good score, that's when you know you've got that banging product, you know.
Absolutely. It can save, it saves people a fortune. And it's not, you know, not only beginners, but experienced sellers. When you've got like Black Friday going on and the deals are just like boom, 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 boom. It's so much quicker if you can set your criteria to how you like BuyBotPro to analyze your deal and just go through it. It's so much quicker than analyzing it all yourself. And it means you can make the most of more deals and make more money. So it's no brainer in my view. Absolute no brainer.
Yeah. Yeah. And just jumping back, just one more thing, because I just wanted to go back onto the VAT override just for 1 second. So basically, just people that are watching this, the way I use the VAT override a lot is when you're doing wholesale. And basically, when you're sourcing products with wholesale, I use like a grocery wholesaler, and like I say, it's going to be a mix between 20%, 0%, mainly 20 and 0%. I haven't really had too many 5%ers or anything different at the moment, but that's what I use it for. Simply, you know, I've got my list of products on one screen that I'm sorting through. I've got Amazon page on the other screen, price in, what's the VAT, because the wholesaler provides the VAT next to the product, pop that in there, analyze. And instead of like, whereas before, what I had to do was, obviously I had to say, well, this one's got no VAT, so I'm not going to go onto my calculator on my phone and type in the price, times it by 1.2 or anything like that. So yeah, it saves a lot of time. And all of the numbers, just to say, that's all calculated by an Amazon specialist accountant, isn't it, as well? So Mark Corley, who does all of these numbers from Passive Tax, so that's really good as well. So no, good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Not us looking after the VAT, definitely an accountant making sure it's all correct and all right for you within BuyBotPro.
Brilliant. So the only other thing I was going to ask about with BuyBotPro, can we have an app update? What's going on with the app? So we've got Android app, which I believe is working fantastic, and then obviously we've always got trouble with the Apple development team. I remember, just as a developer myself, someone making just fun apps. I remember making a football app, and it took like 5 weeks to get this really basic football app on the App Store, and then they said that I wasn't allowed to upload it because it didn't have enough unique features. And I was like, I've made an app for Norwich City. There's no other Norwich City apps out there. What unique features do you want? And but yeah, they're an absolute nightmare. What's going on with the apps at the moment, Karen?
Okay, so both BuyBotPro and ProfitProtectorPro both have Android and iOS apps in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. So they've both got apps. The Profit Protector Pro app, we've got some new app developers, and they've built our Profit Protector Pro apps. And they are fantastic developers, absolutely fantastic. And they've built the Profit Protector Pro app, which out of the gates, day one, is working like a dream. So that's working great, and they're both available completely. They have been also building the new BuyBotPro app, because we are rebuilding the BuyBotPro app. So they've been doing that as well, and that will be launched soon. Not finished yet, but as soon as it's finished, that will be launched again. We're going to relaunch that in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, and that will be a new app. We've had lots of feedback on the beta app for BuyBotPro. So that's all going to be included into the new app. So yeah, super excited about that. So, but they've both got fully working apps in the App Store that work well.
One thing I have to say, which it frustrates me a lot when I hear it from people, is I don't think people quite understand how hard it is to make an app. Just putting my software developer hat on. You know, I've had people that have looked at my websites that I've created in the past, and they've said, well, surely you just copy and paste this over to there, and then it magically ends up on the internet. It is so much harder than that. If I just showed a couple of people a couple of like pages of code that I've written in the past, making apps, making software is so hard, and it costs so much money. You know, when you just look at the Amazon seller app, I can tell you for now that millions of pounds would have went into that app, you know, constantly improving it, the server costs, the developers obviously to build it in the first place and to continue working on it. And the second, like, even the Amazon seller app goes down, people are going crazy. But like, I kind of I take the software developer side of things, and I just let people know it is so hard and so temperamental to build kind of software apps, and that kind of just goes to kind of credit to yourself. Obviously, with Profit Protector Pro, it's the only repricing app on ever made, and that just goes to say something about, you know, how hard it is to create apps, because if it was that easy, obviously everyone would have one. So now credit for you guys just to continuously improving and listening to the feedback that people give. And you know, it's not cheap, you know.
It's not cheap, but we love the feedback, so please keep the feedback coming, because that's, you know, we love it when customers say, oh, can it do this or can it do that? But I think one of the points of the BuyBotPro app that people don't even realize is when you go into a store, a lot of the time you lose your signal. So without a signal, you can't get anything to work properly. But I think a lot of people don't realize that BuyBotPro has got a queuing function. So you can go through the store, you can scan all your all your barcodes, then you can go and sit in your car where you've got your signal, and BuyBotPro will sit there and analyze them all for you while it sits in the car. It remembers them all for you and does all that. And you can choose whether to do that when it's on Wi-Fi or when it's on data. So if you don't want to waste your data, you can do it when you get home. But it's literally, it allows you to continue scanning and analyzing, even if you haven't got any data. So, you know, that's an amazing picture. I don't think many people realize about the BuyBotPro app.
No, yeah, like I say, and if you haven't got signal, you can't scan on the Amazon app either. So they haven't got any database kind of facility on there at all. So no, it's, you know, like I say, it's great, and it does its job for me anyway. You know, like I say, millions of pounds get spent on app softwares by multi-billion-pound corporations, and the fact that you guys can even compete in that space is phenomenal. So every credit to you for doing that. Is there anything else about BuyBotPro? Maybe I don't want to go too far back, because you've just hit us with half an hour's worth of features, and that's probably in the last month or so. I need to take these on as well, I have to remember, because even like some of them, especially what you just said about the queuing function in the BuyBotPro app, I didn't even know about that. So, and as a big RA myself, it's something that I should have known, really. So that's good. What I am here for today, though, is very much Profit Protector Pro. There's been a lot of noise coming out of the Profit Protector Pro camp recently. So let's move on to that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just bring us just into the main video, just whilst you maybe have a look and get the Profit Protector Pro screen all loaded up and things like that. Just for the people that don't know what Profit Protector Pro is, because it's the newer of the softwares, I guess, when you compare all of the other things that you've made, even though it's over a year or so old now, isn't it? Or it's maybe even getting on to 2. Possibly it's getting on to 2, isn't it? And can we just give a quick 1 minute intro? Profit Protector Pro, what is it? And
okay, so Profit Protector Pro is an anti-repricer. So that's how we like to refer to it, because most...
Sorry, Karen, I'm just going to stop you 1 second.
All right.
do apologize. Just before we get too deep into Profit Protector Pro, we do have a question about BuyBotPro.
Okay.
From, it says Facebook user, but I believe I'm just checking it out now. It's Andy Livingston. Says, can you show how to store info when there's no signal? I personally don't understand that question, but I don't know whether you understand that.
I think what he's talking about is on the app rather than on the extension. So, Andy, if you go onto the app, there's a queue. You'll see a queue function. It's called queue. So if you go onto there and you tap the queue, then you can start scanning your barcodes, and BuyBotPro will remember them all. So that's how you use the function. But if you go, I can't show you now because obviously it's on a phone rather than on the computer. But if you go to the BuyBotPro YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure we've got a video on there that does the app. So there should be that information there. But yeah, that's on the app. That's a queue function on the app.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, whilst you're demoing Profit Protector Pro, I'll take a look at that, and I'll pop a link in the comment section for you, Andy, for you to go and check out after this live, of course. Awesome. Sorry to interrupt once again, Karen. I thought we'd just do that one before we get too deep into Profit Protector Pro. Andy just said thank you so much, guys. Also, we've had another question come in about BuyBotPro from Tim. Tim's a great guy, by the way. Yeah, and I believe he is a user of both of these products. He said, hi, Karen Christos. Does Apple allow app integration, allowing potential future integration between BuyBotPro and Profit Protector Pro? That's the $1 million question with Apple, I guess.
The answer to that is I don't know the answer. Obviously, BuyBotPro and Profit Protector Pro are integrated in terms of desktop versions. Whether we can integrate apps, I don't know. I don't think so. I think we've looked at this before, and I think we can't. I don't think the technology's there to do that. I don't think one app can talk to another app, because I'm pretty sure we've asked the developers that before. It really does ring a bell.
Yeah, so, I haven't got an app on my phone that integrates with another app.
Yeah, but if the technology is there, then we're happy to do it. We want to keep. We never stop changing and integrating things and enhancing things and making things better. We never stop. It's not, there is no finish line as far as we're concerned. Software should continue to evolve, continue to grow and change as the needs of the customer changes, so that's what we want to do all the time, keep making everything better. So every opportunity we will have to link up and integrate BuyBotPro, Profit Protector Pro, and Sunfully when it's out as well, we absolutely will do, because if we can create one complete system that makes it super easy to go from one to the other and manages it all for you, that's that's the ultimate, isn't it? So definitely we'll keep working on integrations, and if we can do apps, we will. But I don't think we can, but we'll definitely look into it, and if we can, we will.
Awesome. Yeah, I have to say, I know Tim quite well. He's a big Apple fanboy like myself, so he loves all kind of things like that, just like I do. But yeah, like I say, if they ever allow that, obviously, they're obviously always innovating. It would be a pretty cool thing to do, to be fair. Just taking a look at the like the Chrome extension, obviously one of the big kind of pulls to me for the whole kind of BuyBotPro, Profit Protector Pro, Sunfully family is you can do everything from the Amazon product screen in that one extension, and that's great. So if Apple ever allow that, that would be amazing. Right, Profit Protector Pro. I won't interrupt you anymore. I'll save all the questions until the end now.
It's all good. It's all good. So Profit Protector Pro, we like to call like an anti-repricer, because repricers typically lower your price to get more sales. That's how they get you the sales. They reduce your profit. And we think that's bonkers, because we think you should be able to get sales and profit. And that's why we built Profit Protector Pro, and why it's called Profit Protector Pro, because it's literally built to protect your profits. So what Profit Protector Pro does that other repricers don't do, other repricers will consistently go penny under, or drop your price a bit, drop your price, and they just, it just tanks the price and tanks the listing and means there's no profit left in your deal. But what Profit Protector Pro does is it grabs that buy box and then it shoots up the price. But what's even better about it is it learns the listing. It actually has the power to learn the listing. So it learns where it can get you that buy box. It learns how far it can take it before Amazon like take the buy box away. It learns all of that stuff. So if you give it a couple of days to learn the listing, it will then start to know at what point Amazon's going to take the buy box back, and it will sit just under that. And it will grab that buy box for you and then sit just under that price to maximize the amount of time that you get the buy box and sales at a higher price. And obviously you're getting sales all the time. It's going up in price as well. So that's what it's built to do. It's built to protect your profits. The whole point of Profit Protector Pro is to protect your profits and not get you sales just by getting you lower your price. Anybody can do that. Any repricer can do that. It's just basic. You know, Profit Protector Pro does something very different and something extra. And that's what these Profit Protector Pro boosts are here. I mean, this is just a fake account. So it's just going to
put that on the screen. Give me 1 second.
So this is why it's got nothing. It's just a fake account. But what these are showing you if the buy box is consistently £15, say, or $15, and BuyBotPro grabs that buy box at 15 and takes it up to 20 and gets you a sale at 20. And then Amazon drops it back down to 15 again. So if the buy box is consistently 15, but Profit Protector Pro is managing to get you sales at 20, that extra £5 or $5 that it's getting those sales at will contribute to your profit boost. So your buy box boost basically is what it is. So it's profit over the top of what any other repricer would have got you, because any other repricer would have sold it at 15 or 14 to get you more sales. Whereas Profit Protector Pro is getting you those sales. You're not losing in terms of sales, but it's getting you that extra price as well. And that's what these things tell you. It's telling you how much extra you make. And we have customers with literally tens of thousands of pounds extra. It's bonkers. Some of the screenshots that are in that we see are just crazy prices that Profit Protector Pro's got over and taken that buy box up and got them sales at a higher price. So that's really what Profit Protector Pro was built to do. It's got amazing strategies in it that enable that to happen. But some people like to have more control over what's going on. You know, some people like Profit Protector Pro doesn't need any help. It's awesome all by itself. You can just set it and forget it. But not everybody wants to do that, especially like new people when they're coming into the market. They like to be a bit more in control. When you've got a bit more experience, you understand, and you know, you use Profit Protector Pro for a while, you trust it, you understand how good it is and what it can achieve. But when you're first starting out, you don't necessarily know that, and you want a little bit more control. So we've built and we are continuing to build 2 new features. So one's called custom strategies and one is called automations. And they're both amazing new features. So custom strategy allows you to build your own strategy. So it's got a wizard that it takes you through and you can build your own strategy. Now, because this is only version 1 of both of these, what we've done is we've added some automations just at the end of the custom strategy wizard to enable you to add some automations as well. Now, what's the difference is custom strategies is a strategy telling Profit Protector Pro what to do, whereas automations, which you'll be able to apply to any strategy within Profit Protector Pro, are things like, if my stock reaches 5, change to this strategy. If I've been selling this product for 2 months, change to Y strategy, or decide to match buy box after that. So you'll be able to take all these automations and you'll be able to stack them on strategies. So you'll be able to like build a few automations and apply those to a strategy. So it's going to get really, really exciting in terms of being able to have total control. Now, if you're just going to build a custom strategy to like match buy box or, you know, try and get you sales and boost the price, then don't bother, because that's not what custom strategies is for. Because Profit Protector Pro's already got all of those strategies in it. Use one of the algorithmic strategies and it'll already do an amazing job for you. This is if you want to do something different to what Profit Protector Pro is doing regularly. So if you want it to do something very particular, you can build it in yourself. So that's what the custom strategy is rather than the automations.
So just as like a scenario then for myself,
Yeah.
let's say I went to a wholesaler and I bought 100 units of one product, right?
Yeah.
Let's say I wanted to start off just using my standard strategy, which at the moment I'm using the cautious. I always forget it. It's literally the first one of the first ones you ever created. It's cautious sales enhancer. Is that it?
Yeah, cautious is great. Yeah, I know which one you mean.
I was using I always use the cautious one. So so this going back 100 products from a wholesaler. I said, right, I'm going to start off using the cautious sales enhancer, right? I set my minimums, my maximums. I've done all of that already. And let's say that I wanted to, I say after maybe I've sold 50 items, I wanted to change it to match the buy box. So I can do that, right? But then could I then stack on top of that, if the product has been in stock for 9 months, change it to super aggressive?
Yes. Well, you can't. You will be able to very soon. Yes.
Yeah, because of course one of the big things I like to kind of say is to look at your deal as a whole, because I say to people, never be afraid to sell some products at break even or maybe even a small loss. If you've already sold maybe 30 of those products for profit, look at it as a whole. You know, if you've bought 40 of those items, you've sold 30 of them at really good profit. It doesn't matter if you sell the last 10 at break even, you get your money back and you go again. So one of the kind of early ideas you're kind of putting into my head is, with a lot of my wholesale products, is that I could potentially maybe put it on the standard rules that make me the most money to start off with, and then I can say maybe when my stock gets to a certain point, or maybe if the price gets to a certain point, I then change the strategy. And then when I'm coming up to my longer term storage fees, I can then switch it to the super aggressive dominator. One thing that would be really cool, which I think would help a lot of people, even though I'm not sure if this is possible or not, whether Amazon actually allows this information, is like compliance requests. So like, for example, like obviously this year we had the big kind of toy compliance gate where everyone had all their things. It'd be really interesting to see if you could maybe get the data to see if that product has a compliance request on it, or you have a compliance request on it, and then maybe become more of an aggressive strategy for that product, if that makes sense. But I think I'm not sure whether Amazon would let that data out or not, but maybe something to look at in the future.
Absolutely. No, if they will, we'll do it. Absolutely, we will. But everything you're talking about will be possible. This is just version 1. So this is just the basic version in version 1. We're getting feedback about that, and we're already building the whole automation system separately to custom strategies. So they will be 2 separate things in Profit Protector Pro. They're linked at the moment just because this is the first version. We want to get some feedback. We want to see how people are finding things, and we want to, gather all that feedback and make it as good as we can. But what I love about custom strategies is if you go into summary prices and you try and do things like this, it's so complicated. It's so complicated. Whereas we've made version 1 very, very easy. When it comes to the automations that we're doing separately, it probably won't be in a wizard because they'll be quite easy to do. But building a strategy is quite difficult to do. So we've put it into a wizard, which makes it really, really easy. So it's going to take you through. So you can choose which method you want to compete with. Let's just say we just want to compete with FBA. And then we can choose what condition you've got your product in. So let's say we're just going to have new products. So then it will say, like, what should PPP do in this scenario? There's no buy box, but there are other sellers that match your fulfillment method and condition. So there's no buy box. So what you can think, okay, what do I want PPP to do if there's no buy box? So I want it to go to minimums, try and create a buy box, or I want it to match other sellers' low price and see if more sellers, at a lower price will kick Amazon into making that happen. And then you can choose whether that's going to be FBA or MF sellers. You can say, I want it to go, a penny or a pound or whatever, over or under, or however much you want in terms of, currency, money way. You can say go over or under, or you can do a percent over and under as well. Now we will add to this and add more options to this and all of that. So this is just the first one. And when we built this, we had people using this in beta and just testing it out for us. And like one guy was like, he built a strategy, stuck it, like put it on, and straight away he sold a load of stock that he was waiting to get rid of. So he was like super happy. It really, really worked for him. So you can choose to go to minimum or match other sellers or whatever it is you want to do. Or maybe you don't want to. Maybe you actually think, I'm going to sit at max for a while and see if something else happens on the listing to create that buy box in a while or whatever, depending on what your own strategy is. So let's say we're going to take it we're going to go a pound. Let's go, a little bit under the low seller's price. So let's do something really naughty, which we wouldn't ever suggest anybody does. Right, but if you wanted to, then you could do that sort of thing. That's the sort of thing that you can do if you want to. I would never recommend you do that because it's just pointless. You don't need to do that with Profit Protector Pro. It will get you more. It will get you the sales. It will get you the buy box without you being able to, go underneath anybody. So let's go over. So we're going to go mid seller's price, mid seller FBA price. We're going to go over by a pound or a dollar, whatever. So there's no buy box and there are no other sellers. Well, then we're going to go to max, I think. Because if there's no other sellers like us, we're going to try and sit at that highest price and see if we can get some sales. So let's try that and see if that works. So you can build it however you want to. So there's a buy box and there are other sellers. So let's match the buy box. Let's say that. So there is a buy box, but there's no other sellers. Well, let's go to max then and see if we can get some sales at a higher price. So you have the buy box action. What do you want PPP to do? You've got the buy box. Well, I want it to do nothing. I want it to sit there and just do that. Or I want it just to keep matching the buy box. So if I lose it, I want it to go back and match the buy box again. So you can choose that. So this is the automations. And this is more what you were talking about, Christos, I think. So this is more the things that once we get to version 2 of this, which we're already building, you'll be able to stack these and apply them to any strategy, not just a strategy. So you'll be able to apply it to any strategy you want to. So you'll be able to say, would you like to change this strategy once your product has been sale for X period of time? Yes. So once it's been for sale for 3 months, I want to switch my strategy to an FBA algorithmic strategy of cautious sales enhancer, like you were talking about. Or I want to go to balanced sales accumulator. And then it's okay. So would you like to change your strategy if the seller numbers on your listing increase? So if there's suddenly a load of sellers, what do you want to do? Yes, I want to do that. And I want to do that when there are 5 other sellers on the listing. And at that point, I want to just match the buy box. So you can let it do that. So would you like to change your strategy if your stock falls below a certain number? So you could take the approach like you were talking about. If you're low in stock, then, lower your price and just get rid of it and go again. Or you could take the other approach of saying, you know what, I'm not going to do that. If I've only got a little bit of stock left, I'm going to try and sell it for the maximum that I possibly can. So yes. So if my stock level reaches 2, I want to go to max. So that's, you can build those automations. But as I say, we will be separating these out in the future. And this is just version 1. And this question really is because when you build a strategy, there are thousands of different things that could happen on the listing that you need to think about. Thousands and thousands. And if we gave everybody a wizard with like 10,000 questions, but people would be like, pardon? What? So what we've done is we then say to you, okay, what is it you want to achieve with this strategy? So you've done all the key parts yourself, and then we plug in the other bits with sensible decisions based on what you're trying to achieve from your strategy. So you're saying, I'm happy to share the sales and I want to protect my profit. So you choose that one, or if you're aggressively pursuing sales, or if you're just really focused on your profit. So you choose just what you're thinking through in terms of when you built that strategy so that we can fill in the gaps in a sensible manner for you. So you might say, okay, I'm happy to share the sales. And then you can name it. Look, this is what I did before. I should have deleted that, shouldn't I? Karen, that was just me messing about when I was was testing it with the team.
Brilliant.
I was just testing it with the team. So there we go. So we can just save that strategy, and there you go. So it saves the strategy for us, and there it is.
I have to say, I'm speechless. I wasn't expecting that, because like I say, I haven't had the chance to even take a look at this yet. I thought this was going to be along the lines of like how the automation settings were. It was like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like match buy box plus minus or whatever.
Yeah.
This wizard has just made it unreal. I'm absolutely blown away by this. And just whilst you were showing this, I was just sitting and thinking about all the different YouTube videos I could make from it. And I think there is going to be a lot out there because it is so customizable. I know you probably won't get this reference, Karen, but I play a lot of Call of Duty, and you get something in Call of Duty called a custom like gun loadout, and you can modify your guns for the best kind of performance. And this just reminds me of that, like I'm going to be tweaking this for weeks and months. I'm going to just be playing around with it. When I find a new breakthrough, I'm going to, this is amazing. And like I say, this is just version 1. And just for quick clarity, this is in there right now. So I can go and do this like tomorrow. Yeah.
This is in there right now. Absolutely.
That's so cool.
And I have played Call of Duty, actually. It's quite good. It's quite good.
Nice.
Irrespective of that, you've got info button here, which will tell you about how you answered all the questions, just to remind you. You've got an edit button there, so you can go in and edit it if you want to do that.
Okay.
And you've obviously got a delete button, so you can delete it as well. So you've literally got control over it completely. This is in here now. As I say, we're already building version 2. That will be out in the next, I can't say exactly when, the next couple of months, I would think. It's a long way down the road of being built. So it's, we're a long way there already. And it will separate out custom strategies and automations. And then you'll be able to take those automations and stack them based on any strategy within Profit Protector Pro. It's a game changer. It's an absolute game changer. It's an amazing feature.
This version 1 is a big step. Just the things you can do with this one, you're going to have weeks and months of time to play around and optimize this. And I'm already thinking about kind of the way that I'm going to do things. Like I said, when I asked my question before you gave this demo, that was me thinking about, the way that the automation min and max settings was based. I was thinking about that way, but now you've added this wizard in there, that kind of that's really good. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna have a play around with this tomorrow, maybe even tonight, and I'm gonna post my first strategy in this Facebook group tomorrow for everyone to see that uses Profit Protector Pro. Feel free to copy it if you want, but I have to say it's my first time using it, so don't judge me. But I'm definitely gonna post mine and have a little play around with this. This is amazing. And obviously one thing that you could probably do as well, or if it's not doing it already, can definitely be added in the future, is you could probably track the performance of your strategy, because obviously we already have the data in Profit Protector Pro that tells you how Profit Protector Pro is performing. But one thing that would be really good is obviously having some stats against your strategy as well, so you can look through the different strategies. And like another really good thing about this now as well is you're going to be able to like create like a Q4 strategy where you're a little bit more reserved with your price, because people will sell out. You can then and like I was saying with the compliance request, when you're worried about the compliance, I was asking those questions. But really, you could do this within this version 1. Just thinking about it, you could create a more kind of compliancy or more of an aggressive type custom strategy here that you can call panic sell strategy or something like that. But this is amazing.
It is. It really, really is. It's a fantastic feature. It's great already in version 1, but as I say, we're already building version 2. we've already got lots of ideas. And I love your idea about being able to see how your custom strategies are performing. And I definitely think we should look at how we can achieve that. I think that'd be a great feature to have.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be amazing, because not only would I be competing with other sellers for prices and sales, I want to have the best strategy. I want to be known to be the best repricer in town. That's just the way I do. When I play with Matt on Apex Legends, we're always bragging about who's got the best stats and stuff like that. So yeah, no, I'd love to be able to turn around to someone and say, hey, I can reprice better than you. But I've got the proof as well. You show me yours. No, that's amazing. Yeah, I was completely shocked by that. When you said about custom strat, I had a complete different vision on what it was going to look like. Like I said, I haven't seen it, and I definitely prefer the wizard. And like you say, repricing can be completely overwhelming. Like just in my client calls that I have, coaching calls, I spend a lot of time kind of teaching people how to use kind of Profit Protector Pro in terms of optimizing it best for them. But this wizard here it's just taking you through it. As long as you can read, you should be able to use this strategy and this feature, which is amazing. Karen, what about the app for Profit Protector Pro? Would this be available straight away on the app, or is this something that will come a bit later to the app version of things, of PPP?
Yeah, what will happen is you need to build your custom strategy in the desktop version of PPP. But once you've built it and it's in your list of strategies, then it will show on the app. So you can use it for the app, but you need to build it in the desktop version.
Got you. Yeah, because this is obviously quite a detailed screen. It'd be quite hard. It'd probably be more confusing trying to do this on any kind of phone or tablet. You need a big screen to be able to do this. This is brilliant. And just sticking with the app, big news recently. It's been approved for iOS, I believe.
Yes, it's all in there now, all in the App Store, working a dream. So yeah, we're super happy.
Awesome.
Super happy.
And early feedback, all good so far. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's all great. The app developers that we found are phenomenally good. So that's why we've got them rebuilding BuyBotPro as well, because they've done such an amazing job building Profit Protector Pro. And
you have like just a little bit off topic. You have pretty much an army of developers, don't you? I remember when we've spoken a couple of times off camera, and you were telling me about the projects, and I couldn't believe how many developers. I personally, when I was a software developer myself, I worked for a company listed on the S&P 250, and our team of developers weren't even as big as your team that you've got kind of working on your softwares and things. So no, it's a big old team you've got there, and rightly so. Obviously, you've got so many different projects in the works. One thing I want,
that keeps coming up with amazing ideas of new ones as well. So we're always like, oh, he's always coming out with these great ideas, and we're like, okay, let's do this one too.
I don't know whether Matt actually told you, but I had almost like a late night booty call with him the other night, because I came up with an idea myself. I have to definitely tell you if after this, because I don't want to give anything away. But I was sat there, I think it was about 1:30 in the morning. It was really late, I remember that, and I was watching an Apple developer conference, being the geek I am, and they came up with this certain feature that allows for app developers on the iPhone, and I text Matt at 1:30 in the morning, or whatever time it was. It was late. I said, are you up? I need to talk to you now. And we had like a 30-minute conversation, all talking about this new feature, which I think would be really good for Profit Protector Pro and BuyBotPro, pretty much any of the softwares you've got. But I'll speak to you about that another time, because like I say, top secret and stuff like that. But one thing I did want to ask you, completely off topic from Profit Protector Pro, BuyBotPro, What about Sumfully? Because I've obviously been a beta user for Sumfully for quite a while now, and I've been kind of testing it out alongside. Obviously, I do currently use Sellerboard as my main software, but I'm running Sumfully alongside it. Of course, the main benefit between the two is that Sumfully absolutely knocks it out of the water in terms of layout, design, and what can be built on it in the future. And of course, the what I love about all of these the most is the how it's built into BuyBotPro. So when I source my product, I can add it to Profit Protector Pro, I can add it to something, and all my work's done without having to go across different browsers. But obviously, it's been in beta a while, and this is obviously a really good thing. Because you want to get it right, and with a software like this, it has to be right, because it's, you know, it's people's, you know, sales analytics and things. What have we got any updates on kind of Sumfully about what's the future plans for it and things?
We've definitely been in beta for a while, not only because we're just making sure all the figures are correct, when you'd be surprised at how much software that is out there that isn't correct, which is terrifying. So,
and I have to say, Sellerboard is one of those. You know, I've had some issues with a couple of my numbers, but like I say, it is good. It is a good piece of software, but I really like I think the layout between the two, just it's a no competition in terms of being able to read your figures nice and quick. You know,
absolutely. But as well as testing all the features and making sure all the figures are correct and all of that stuff, we have been building in new features. So we didn't want to release it until we'd built in a certain set of features that we wanted to. So we've been building those as well. And this week, what's the day? Wednesday. Last week.
Wednesday,
End of last week, the developers are pretty much there now, apart from one page. That's all that's left. That was last week when we spoke to them, that was left to code. So we are very, very close now, really, really close, with all the extra features that we wanted to add as well. So Sumfully is beautiful to use. Obviously, it's all backed up with Amazon specialist accountants checking all the figures and everything else. So there will be no errors with the figures. They'll be right, because we're not going to go until they are right.
Based in the UK as well, which is important with VAT.
Absolutely, they understand it all. And it's got some fantastic features that are not in any other software, and we know they're not because they came out of our head. So you know, they're in our software, and we can't wait to launch it. We're super excited. You know, it will be launched. You know, we're talking weeks now. It's not that far away. It, you know, I'd like to say, but I can't put a date on it yet. We're not quite that close, but certainly
summer.
Summer. Absolutely, summer. Absolutely, 100%.
Awesome.
Summer. Super excited about it. And when we do launch it, we will do some crazy bonkers deal for like people that sign up straight away. But we might only do it for like half an hour or an hour or something. But it will be some bonkers price. And there's some things in there that, as I say, are not in anywhere else. And I think people will be blown away with it. And they'll love it. And they'll absolutely love it. Great software.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I say, I've been using it, you know, like I've been using it alongside like other softwares, and you know, you know, you only have to go to say just with previous softwares that you've got, you know, you have that expectation that it's going to be great. And like I say, it's been in beta for a while, but that's for a very good reason. You know, you wouldn't just keep a software in beta just to hold it back from people. You're very much, you know, making sure it's perfect. And like I say, I'm a member of the Sumfully kind of Facebook page, the beta page, and you know, you've got some great beta testers in there. Like I personally need to probably participate in that a little bit more, but like I say, there's some great people bringing some great feedback in into that group, so I see it all happen. But yeah, no, really, really good. Just jumping back to Profit Protector Pro. What is, so let's just use I just wanted to do just a quick question.
Yeah.
What would be your number one tip for people that have just signed up for Profit Protector Pro to make the most out of it? How would you say, what I'm saying is, a lot of people, because like I say, a lot of people will buy a repricer or buy Profit Protector Pro and think, right, I just need to go through, set my min and max and set a rule, and then I'm done. What would be your main kind of tip to get the most out of Profit Protector Pro without just saying use all of the features, if that makes sense?
Okay, so if you're just arriving, just starting out with Profit Protector Pro, you need to work out what your break even is for any product that you've got, and you need to add on your profit. So whatever profit you want to make on top of your break even. So your break even is the price that you can sell at without making money or losing money. So you need to add on your profit and make that your minimum price. Have a look on Amazon and see, you know, or if you're using BuyBotPro, then have a look at what the product has sold for, maybe in the last 90 days or, you know, the last 100 days, whatever, and see how long, you know, it's been selling for and what the highest price is, and make that your maximum price. Put it on something like cautious or balanced as a strategy, and leave it alone and let it do its thing. So that would be how you start off with Profit Protector Pro, because don't be crazy greedy with your profit. Make sure you're putting in like a good profit. Don't put in like, you know, I paid £2 for this and I want £20 profit if it's selling for, you know, £6, because you're not going to get that. So be sensible with the price that you're putting in, but make sure you've got your profit built into your minimum. Put it on balanced or cautious and leave it alone for a few days. Let Profit Protector Pro learn that listing for you and see how it can get you sales at the highest price possible. And then you can start playing with other strategies and understanding all the strategies.
I think you nailed it on the head there by saying let it do its thing, because that was a big mistake I made at the start. Because obviously when I first got Profit Protector Pro, I went through all of, because at the time when I got it, you didn't have the beauty of automation min max. You had to go in every single one, manually put it all in there. So I spent a whole evening going in and doing that. And I was obviously, as anyone would be, monitoring it really, really closely for the next couple of days. And there'd be products I'd see. For example, I'd see a product where my minimum was, let's say, £14. The buy box was at £16 and my price was at £18. And I was like, well, why isn't it? Why am I not the same price as the buy box? This is probably because when you actually learn the strategies, number one, it's probably learning what you're doing. But number two is that most of the time, using the cautious strategy, what would have probably happened is I would have got the buy box and then it would have pushed my price up, and it's just there and then at that time I would have seen, and I would have just had that higher price. If I would have gone and checked back probably 15, 30 or an hour minutes or an hour later, it probably would have been back down to the price of the buy box. And it's really important, if you're using just a basic kind of match buy box or lowest FBA price, then that would be, there would be something wrong if it wasn't doing that. But when you use an algorithmic repricer, it's not meant to be the same as the other seller. You know, you're meant to be beating them. So like one tip that I give people now is, if you're going to use one of the kind of algorithm strategies, you have to just trust it. Let it do its thing for a week, check the stats on the dashboard to see how it's performed that week or that 2-week period, and then come back to it. But don't go and set your strategy and then keep like refreshing to see if you're on the buy box, because that's not why you built it, is it?
I mean, you've got basic rules in Profit Protector Pro that you find in rule-based repricers. You've got them all in Profit Protector Pro: match buy box, match lowest FBA, all that stuff. You've got basic stuff, and Profit Protector Pro will just follow a rule if that's what you want to do. But the beauty and the magic of Profit Protector Pro comes from the algorithmic strategies. And you're not going to understand what they're doing all the time, because they're not built for you as a human to understand what they're doing all the time. They're built to get you profit, extra profit, and get that buy box and go up. So Profit Protector Pro will bounce about to find out what Amazon will and won't let it do on that listing. So it will learn that listing, and it will move your price all over the place while it learns that listing. And then when it knows what Amazon will and won't let it get away with, it will then do what it needs to do to get you those sales. So you need to give it time to learn that listing. It's very AI based, and it needs time to do that. It can't do that instantly, and watching it won't help you because you won't understand what it's doing. But that's okay, because you're not supposed to. It's not something you as a human can do. It's something that Profit Protector Pro is built to do on your behalf.
Yeah, trust the algorithm, like they always say. One other tip that I have to say, it's a bit of a plug to kind of some of the channels here, is to definitely make sure you get involved with the Profit Protector Pro, BuyBot Pro, and I think these are the two main ones, Facebook groups, because one thing you've been doing recently, and I've noticed you stepping this up a lot recently, is you've been doing just individual training, just for free training for users and non-users, I guess, that for Profit Protector Pro and BuyBot Pro. Go to some of those sessions, guys, because this is where Karen, obviously in this video, if you're watching this down the line, we're just kind of skimming the surface really in some of the things that you can do with these things. In those videos, you really dive deep and show you how you step-by-step tutorials on how you can set things up, how you can take full advantage of both of these softwares. So make sure you join the BuyBot Pro Facebook group. Just search it in the top bar and it'll definitely come up. Profit Protector Pro group, do the same. And obviously Secret Wealth Project, we've got Natalie that always does her videos on a Tuesday night that always kind of, you know, she shares insights about how she does things as well, so that's really good. But yeah, that's a really big tip for me, you know, because like these softwares are absolutely amazing, but you have to know how to use them as well to take full advantage of them, you know. And it's something that I have slacked on a little bit recently, I'll have to admit, especially on the Profit Protector Pro side, not so much BuyBot Pro, but it's one thing that I'm going to be starting to kind of ramp up. Especially, I want to get it all sorted, ready for Q4 when it matters most. You know, you want to get your custom strategies nailed, tested, you know, fully kind of optimized. So when we get to that kind of September, October, November time where you really want them on point so you can really take advantage of them. So yeah, make sure you join the Facebook groups and join these trainings, because you'll be doing more in the future, won't you?
Absolutely. We love doing them, and they've gone down really, really well. So
awesome.
Yeah, we absolutely want to do them. Can I stop sharing screen now? Do we need me for anything else in here? Can I come back to the main bit?
You are in the main bit, don't worry. Can you not see yourself and myself? I've got you shown up. It's just your screen share was just popped off camera, I hope, anyway, otherwise everyone had just been staring at a screen for the last 30 minutes, but that's fine. Karen, we're about an hour and 10 minutes now, and I know that the football's on tonight, and you know, we haven't had as many people join, but obviously this is going to be fully available on the Amazon Reseller Network YouTube channel. We're going to have the full live available there, and I'm going to actually break down each of the softwares into certain clips so you can see the bits that you want to see as well. That's going to be on there as well. But Karen, is there anything that you wanted to say in terms of any of the products? What anything you want to plug, anything you want to do? This is your time.
Well, I think, you know, it's just to say, please, if you've got Profit Protector Pro, go and get the apps, because you're going to love the apps. They're there, they're live, they're ready for you. Go and get those. Keep watching about Sunfleet, because you are going to adore Sunfleet. It's going to bring something really, really unique to your business, and you know, I think you're going to absolutely love that. And we've got more features going in consistently to all of them. We're building the history feature at the moment into BuyBot Pro, and we're working on the automations for Profit Protector Pro, and obviously we're finishing off Sunfleet to get that out for you guys as well. So, and they all integrate together beautifully. So, and we'll keep working on that integration as well. So definitely.
And of course, guys, if you haven't got Profit Protector Pro, I'm not going to post a link to it. You can just go to it on, just search for it on Google and go and check it out and find out some more information about it. Because I can tell you, as a seller of almost 4 years now, using BuyBot Pro for at least 3 of them and Profit Protector Pro for 2 of them, these pieces of software have completely changed my Amazon game. I would no way be successful on Amazon if it wasn't for these softwares. And one thing I have to say as well, and I don't want to blow your trumpet too much, Karen herself, not just on Amazon, but just things outside of Amazon, has pretty much been one of the main catalysts as to how I've been able to build multiple streams of income. She's helped me tremendously with her advice and things. And I wouldn't be in the position that I wouldn't be in if it wasn't for Karen, not just from creating great softwares, but just from other things as well. So I can personally thank you for that. But other than that, I think we should probably sign off because I want to go watch Portugal v France and see the dog, of course. So, Karen, thank you so much for coming on. I know you're so busy doing all of these different softwares and running Facebook groups and doing all of that. Thank you so much for taking the time out today. And like I say, where can we follow you once again?
Christos, you're a legend. So it's been an absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me. And, it's been great. I've loved it. I've loved sharing it. I love talking about the stuff and sharing it with people. So it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I appreciate everything that you do for the community. And yeah, thank you everyone that watches, to everyone that potentially watches in the future. Of course, if you do have any questions, make sure that you leave them in the comment section down below and I will personally answer those. Links to Profit Protector Pro on the YouTube side of things are all going to be in the description. Subscribe to the Amazon Reseller Network. Follow all of the Profit Protector Pro, BuyBotPro Facebook groups. They'll all be in the description as well. And yeah, once again, thank you so much for coming on, Karen, and I will catch everyone in the next video.
Bye, everyone.